You're watching Taste of Victory.
Hey guys, we got the gameplay to follow up the Red Hybrids deck profile that just went up the other day on the channel. You can click in the top right if you want to see what we are running in this deck. So this is going to be versus pure green hybrids. I know there is a fun Christmas 7-Up hybrids going around, and we're going to have to take a look at that eventually. But for now, let's go to this gameplay. So we're going to start Red Hybrids. So it's a traditional Red Hybrids, which is kind of all about high rolling, getting a bunch of security checks under your one Digimon. We don't have too good of an opening, so we're just going to hard play the Takuya, putting them at 3 memory, which is not the worst since Takuya is a good long-term investment, and we could digivolve over it because we don't have a rookie, but you got to see that you could also digivolve over your tamers with these new hybrids, and we have a pretty good combo going here of a Gunimon into the Aldomon of BT7, because Aldomon, if there is a tamer in source, can digivolve for 1, and they do give us 3 memory by playing their Pokemon and then a JP, which is enough memory for us to do this combo. So we're going to go into the Gunimon. And because it can digivolve over it, and these new tamers and boosters at 7 do have inheritables, that inheritable effect is live. Takuya's inheritable gives you plus 2000 DP, and then if it has 10,000 DP or more, it gets security attack plus 1. So this Aldomon here can digivolve over a Digimon that has a tamer in its source, reducing it by 2, making it a 1 cost. So that does let us go without passing turn. So now we are actually a 14k beater, I want to say, because when digivolving, that Aldomon gives itself plus 4000 DP if there's a hybrid in its sources. So it should be now 14k, 2 checks right off the bat, turn 2. That is some really good in a starting off pressure right away. So they reveal Ancient Beetlemon first check, which is 13,000 DP. So we are really lucky that Aldomon is able to boost itself to such ridiculously high numbers, letting us live that check. So here I am debating if I want to play the Atomic Inferno and just whiff it to pass them in 1 memory, because our only other option would be to play the hybrid the Searcher rookie, but that would give him 3 memory, which is a lot to work with. But we have a lot of pressure, 2 memory lead, big guy on the field, probably not able to beat over it or delete it if we put him at 1. So while I do want the aggression of Atomic Inferno, I go ahead and play that to choke them at 1, making it really hard for them to start building back up for the lead they just lost. So they go ahead and bring out their Kunimon from Raising, which is just a 5,000 rookie, so that's pretty big, and kills even some tamers if they check with some of the level 4 hybrids in security, I meant to say. They have the Pokemon out, and they have Beetlemon when digivolving lets you search the top 5 of your deck, and you get to grab a hybrid, green hybrid, or JP. I'm actually not too sure if it's green hybrid specifically, but yeah, you get to grab a hybrid and a JP. So Beetlemon's a really good searcher. I'm assuming they're digging for maybe a Rhino Kabuterimon, because there is, they should be able to digivolve for 1 if there is a tamer in the source. It looks like there is, and they do get the digivolve for 1. They saw the Rhino Kabuteri, so now what they could potentially do is they could swing with that, digivolve into Ancient Beetlemon, beat over my Aldomon, and then they get to burn 1 security and then also check 1 off of the Pierce of JP. So that is really good field control the green hybrids do. They could check your security while also removing. They can control your board, removing Digimon's bodies while also piercing and like trashing security because of Ancient Beetle. So they have some really good control there. So Ancient Beetle is only 8,000 DP, but because I'm so far ahead, he decides to go ahead and swing into it, taking the trade. He is willing to take that trade of losing the body instead of gaining advantage to just get rid of that Digimon off the board, because it is such a strong card. It provides so much potential value between the inheritable and what it can digivolve into. Because if I have an Emperor Greymon, I could go into it now for another 2 checks with Blitz if I had it potentially. So I'm just going to go ahead and play our guy for 3 after digivolving in the Raising. We get full value off of this one. We get another Aldomon and a tie. We're going to bottom deck the other Flamemon, so that is fantastic because we get the plus off of that. That goes to the bottom of the deck. The other 2 are returned to our hand. So we do have the Ancient Greymon, so we could digivolve that with its effect, or we could also go into Aldomon. Aldomon will not be as threatening because the security attack boost came from the Takuya inheritable, so going into it on its own isn't the best option, so we're just going to hold the Aldomon for now. Our opponent comes out and digivolves into another Beetlemon, which is really great to be able to search for more, especially when digivolving over JP, because JP reduces the cost of something digivolving over it for 1 memory. So for 1, you get to search top 5 and grab something, so that's really great for more consistency. He grabs another Beetle, searches more of his top 5. We see the Tamer, but that can only grab JP specifically, not just any green Tamer. So it looks like he's going to grab the Rhino Kabuterimon to be able to go ahead and digivolve for 1 and gain more potential advantage by swinging into security with that Ancient Beetlemon, who is huge with 13,000 DP. So we do have Beetlemon, we have Kunimon, we have the Pinomon, which lets you draw 1 when attacking. I believe is the effect off the top of my head. It's not a egg I see too commonly, since green hasn't been very popular in in English meta so far, but I feel like it's really going to change in this format. I think in between pure hybrids being a fun, powerful control deck, and between red hybrids being this really awesome, aggressive hybrid of control and aggression, between these two decks, red green and pure green hybrids, I think it's going to be a really popular color in our English format. He digivolves into Metal Kabuterimon for 1 instead, and Metal Kabuterimon lets you suspend a Digimon of 6000 DP or less on Digivolution. He's going to go ahead and suspend. He's going to get a swing into it with the Beetlemon to delete it. He did swing with the Beetlemon who has Pinomon underneath instead of JP, because JP would have pierced. Depending on the check, he may have lost that stack, and he could potentially want that stack for the better inheritables and to be able to swing into it, maybe digivolve into a Rhino Kabu later and digivolve into a Ancient Beetlemon, because then you would have piercing and trash security when deleting something. So he wanted to, I'm assuming that they wanted to protect that stack by not piercing and potentially hitting something in security that will delete it. So we're going to go ahead and bring this out. They play Izzy, that is, I believe, the old starter deck Izzy. When something is suspended, you gain 2 memory. Because they did give us 2 memory, however, and all the Agunimons, when attacking, lets us digivolve into Ancient Grave for only that 2 memory, so just the right amount of memory, thank goodness. Because of that Flamemon, we do have Piercing and Heritable, so we're able to pierce over that Beetlemon that swung previously and get 3 checks off of that. Yeah, should be 3, and that does reveal the Mimi, which is scary because now he has potentially 4 checks if he has enough memory to digivolve into a into all those Digimon, but I don't believe he has lethal here, because if he wants to bring out his rookie that he digivolves by tapping Mimi, he will be suspending that Tamer, and that Tamer will no longer be able to digivolve into a hybrid that can swing. We are at full 5 security, so I do think there is no way for him to get lethal here, so I go ahead and give him the 4 memory, which is risky, but I'm just going to go ahead and pull out the Tide because it is our only Tamer in hand. You do not have a lot of Tamer removal options in Booster Set 7. I think you have that Omnimon Sword Defeat, but that's, everyone knows you're not going to run that in green hybrids. Why would you? How do you even get into it? So I'm not worried about that removing our Tamers. When with the when attacking effect to digivolve quickly into Ancient Greymon from that promo Agumon, at the end of the turn it causes that Digimon to be deleted. So our Ancient Greymon was deleted after it did all those huge checks. But Ancient Greymon's effect, when it is deleted, you get to play a level 4 or lower hybrid, red hybrid in your hand. So we did have that Agunimon. Thankfully, we have 2 Agunimons, so we get to play that one out. So now our opponent is forced to take care of that one if they want to keep lethal away this turn. But because we played that Tamer, we have the other Agunimon in hand. If he doesn't have a blocker, if he can't recover, and I'm pretty sure green hybrids don't recover, you know, if he can't do something, this is lethal by simply digivolving over the Tamer. He does have the Thunder Laser, so he's able to play that for 1, and he's able to spend that Izzy starter deck Tamer because something was suspended, making essentially he played that Thunder Laser for free. Then he gets to go into Ancient Beetle to swing over our rested Aguni. That is 1 piercing check, and because he deleted a Digimon, he gets to trash the security. So that was a really great trash for him, and he got to get rid of the tie, so he doesn't have to worry about the that coming out onto the field. Unfortunately for him, we do already have the 1 played out, and that is why I was okay with playing out the 4 memory, because I'm pretty positive there is no way that he could possibly remove this, since there is so little Tamer interaction in the game currently in Booster Set 7. So having a hybrid that could digivolve over a Tamer in hand, this is almost guaranteeing lethal here, despite how much memory we're giving them, especially since from 5 full memory, I don't think there's a way, if they're not playing red base, to be able to get the win here. If there was a red base and Atomic Inferno, there would have definitely been a possibility this could have been lethal if our security did not save us. And as you see, we have that 1 Gaia Force in hand, which means the likelihood of the other one being in there is really low. So that we definitely don't want to have to rely on our security. He digivolves into Beetlemon. Because of Bokumon, he gains 2 memory, making that Digivolution free. He reveals the top 5, and I guess that is, I believe, was the Metal Kabuterimon. And unfortunately, the rest of it goes to the bottom of the deck. There were definitely some good bottom decks in there, but nothing that's going to make a huge impact right now. Digivolve into the Terriermon for that extra draw. I'm not sure what he may be looking for. I'm assuming he's probably looking for maybe a Rhino Kabuteri. If there's a Tamer in that stack, to be able to, which there is because of Mimi, to be able to digivolve for 1 and choke me. But I mean, I have the memory Tamer, so it wouldn't matter anyways. He reveals that, it doesn't die. He reveals Analog Boy, which is really cool and nice extra bonus, but at this late stage in the game, it doesn't really matter. We see the only thing we could grab was the Ancient Grave, so we're just going to go ahead and grab that and trash the rest. And then he Thunder Lasers to choke us to 1, but unfortunately we do go to 3 memory anyways, and then we simply have the Agunimon for a game because there is no blocker. and that is the pressure that red hybrids can put on you in this format. It swings with the right combos for so many checks, and in early game, a lot of decks may not be able to keep up with that, and it's quite devastating to come back from if you don't have good tempo. So let me know what you guys think of this deck. Let me know what you thought of the gameplay and anything I could do to improve it, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.